Module 7. Many, if not all, problems were instigated during a past lifetime. If it is your destiny or karma to suffer, it would seem that there was no way out, but it is also your karma, that being the case, to discover the means to overcome your problems. That's why you're reading or listening to this right now. It's been said that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Are you the student? And am I the teacher? Time will tell. If the things I say have a beneficial effect on your life and lifestyle, you'll have to assume that you are and that I am. You can also see this as when you are ready to overcome the karmic payment for past debts, the means will appear. The very intention that you have to change your life is a beginning, your intent to change. I found that often the simplest method of intention is always the best. And so I'll give you 4 words that will start you on the way to overcoming karmic debts. Those 4 words are, be a better person. That's the beginning. By now you've gone through 2 meditations, one on past life and one on future life, each designed to neutralize your karmic debt. Now that's a good start, but going back to the same attitudes of the past, the same guilts, the same regrets, the same approach to things will bring you the same results. To take care of that, I'm going to help you to overcome automatically the corrupt reasoning that forms the basis of all problems. This program is intended to be unique. The only criteria we have is whether or not it works, and it does, it works. I've had feedback for many, many years. It works. Now go through the meditations, decide to be a better person, and you will indeed find your life getting better and better. But what does that mean, be a better person? Perhaps the best way to explain that would be to define evil and to define good. Evil is a lack of empathy. Goodness is an abundance of empathy. Once understood, you can indeed know how to be a better person. I'm reminded of the time when I was listening to one of my yoga mentors many years ago. I asked him how empathy could balance a karmic debt. He told me this story. A young monk who had recently joined the monastery seemed to be destined for a short life. His guru sensed this and sent the novice off on an errand. When he returned the next day, his lifespan, as sensed again by the guru, had lengthened. After a long and detailed conversation with the novice as to exactly what had transpired during his errand, it came out that while taking a shortcut through the woods, the novice came upon a grasshopper who had a leg stuck in the sap of a fallen branch. The novice carefully pulled the leg of the grasshopper free, wiped away the offending sap, after which the grasshopper jumped away into the brush, and the novice continued on his journey. A simple story. But what has this to do with empathy, you might ask? Empathy is identifying with and understanding another person's feelings and difficulties. This means not only with people, but with the animal kingdom as well. One of the reasons people do have problems with past life incidents is due to that lack of empathy. Now, when I refer to evil as being a lack of empathy, we must bring in the degrees of that lack. All things are governed not only by the emotion, but by the degree of that emotion. When you hear of the evil done by dictators in other countries, the mutilations, the killings, the ethnic cleansings, it's difficult to comprehend anyone being involved in such misdeeds. Only a person who is totally lacking in empathy can do those things. Only when one has little empathy can it be understood. The karmic debt these people build is so enormous as to ensure a horrendous future lifetime. It would be so horrific as to ensure that there would be no teachers to help them to overcome the mountain of karmic debt they build. And it would take many, many lifetimes before help would be available to them. On the other side of the coin are those who display a measure of empathy. These are those people who know they have a chance to pay the debt, first by going back to the past life where it was instigated, and then to briefly visit the future life that could be. After that, the determination to be a better person by considering other people from their perspective. This is probably exemplified by the old Native American statement, "Do not judge another person until you have walked in their shoes for 3 moons." When you view the other person's point of view, you have a better understanding of that person, and that includes friends and family members as well as strangers. Going into a past life is also a method of experiencing other aspects of yourself and your lifestyle, your attitudes, and why you choose the things that you do, why you chose your friends, your work, your hobbies, indeed, about every aspect of your life. After meditating and immersing yourself in a few of your previous lives, you will find more than a few answers as to why you do the things that you do. Once you uncover the secret of past life orientation, you'll find that you're making different choices in life, and you'll be getting different results. But mainly, you keep your intention directed at the fact that your intention is to be a better person. Look at everything you experienced up until now as a learning experience. You are who you are because of the incidents you encountered, the choices you made, the paths you trod. You're now at a crossroads with a new mantra. You want to become a better person. The easiest way to become this better person that you're striving for is to remember that goodness is an abundance of empathy. Think about your parents, but when you do, put yourself in their place. How would you have acted towards you if you took your parents' point of view, or your children's, or your friends? Get the idea? In the next module, I'll be telling you about other people who attended my seminars on past life therapy and how they adjusted to their new lives. However, before you complete the program, you must be able to accept this new you. You must be ready to accept this new you that will be coming out of it, a new, better you, better able to cope, better equipped to understand, and better able to act in a manner that will be beneficial to you. Accepting the premise that there have been many lives and many situations opens one to the question, why can't I remember any of them? As I said in the first module, there are many answers to that question, but perhaps the best one is the one that reminds you of the facet of memory itself. Imagine, if you will, that you had eidetic memory. That would be the ability to recall everything you've ever experienced in total accuracy and as vivid as though you were looking at it. Everything that had ever happened. Looking at a chair, you'd instantly remember every chair you'd ever sat on, every chair you'd ever seen. You would be besieged by so many memories you wouldn't be able to function. And so nature has blessed us with forgetfulness. Now then, like all things, there are degrees of forgetfulness. We forget that which is unimportant to us, things that are not attached to great emotional states. We do remember things that will help us through life. Burn yourself as a 2-year-old and you'll always remember that fire hurts. You'll probably always remember when you burned yourself. There's an emotion attached to it. Something traumatic that took place at an early age is remembered with clarity, and it's easily recalled. So it is with past lives. If nature protects us against filling our minds with millions of images, so we are protected from thousands of millions of images of events of past lives. But there are always the consequences of those past lives. There are consequences to every action. Here too are degrees. Highly traumatic experiences in a past life is often viewed metaphorically in dreams and as déjà vu, that feeling of having experienced something before. But the reality isn't experienced, only the emotion or the sensation of that scene. When your intention is to be a better person, and you allow yourself to go back to a past life that's preventing that, you are drawn to an event. That event and time is sometimes dramatically vivid. Sometimes it's tenuous as a cloud. But whatever you sense, it's where you are supposed to be. It's what you are supposed to sense. Once again, I repeat, don't critique. Don't judge the scene. Just observe it, whatever it is. I realize that others may have different suggestions, but I speak from many years, decades of experience and feedback. It is simple, so very simple that one wonders how it can possibly have an effect. But discover this for yourself. Just do it. Determined to be a better person and reap the rewards of the process.